Welcome to today class of nonlinear vibration. So, we are studying about stability and bifurcation analysis of nonlinear fixed point responses. So, previous class we have discussed about the static bifurcations, where we have discussed about the saddle node bifurcation point, pitch bifurcation point and transcritical bifurcation point. Today we review all these static bifurcation points, and along with that we will discuss about this dynamic bifurcations, that is Hopf bifurcation occur in nonlinear systems. Also we will see different systems where this Hopf bifurcation takes place. So, to review the static bifurcations or what is bifurcation points. So, before that we have discussed about the equilibrium points. So, for a system to find the fixed point response, if the system is represented by the governing equation, first order governing equation x dot equal to f x m, where m is the control parameter, then by putting the time derivative equal to 0 and solving that equation, we obtain the equilibrium equations. So, after getting these equilibrium equations, we should know whether these equilibrium points what we obtained are stable or unstable. To know whether the equilibrium points are stable or unstable, so we perturb that equations or we perturb the governing equation and check whether the equilibrium point is stable. So, in that case, so by perturbing that thing we obtain the Jacobian matrix, and by finding the eigenvalues of the Jacobian matrix we can find whether the equilibrium point is stable or not. So, in case the negative part of the real part of the eigenvalue is negative, then the fixed point response is stable. If the real part of the eigenvalue is positive, then the system is unstable. Already we have discussed about this hyperbolic fixed point. So, when all the eigenvalues of the Jacobian matrix have non-zero real parts, then it is known as hyperbolic fixed point. If some of them are 0, then it is known as non-hyperbolic fixed point. So, if all the eigenvalues of A have negative real parts, then it is known as sink. The sink may be stable focus if it has non-zero imaginary parts, and it is stable node if it contains only real eigenvalues which are negative. Similarly, source, if one or more eigenvalues of A have positive real parts, here the system is unstable and it may be unstable focus or unstable nodes. Similarly, saddle point, if some of the eigenvalues have positive real parts while rest of the eigenvalues have negative real part, then it is a saddle point, and if some of the eigenvalues have negative real parts while the rest of the eigenvalues have 0 real parts, then it is marginally stable. So, the system is marginally stable if some of the real values, if some of the eigenvalues have negative real parts, while rest of the eigenvalues of 0 real parts. So, we have seen some of the examples which is known as saddle. So, in this case this origin is the saddle point. Similarly, this is a stable node and stable spiral or focus. So, then this is the center. So, x double dot plus x equal to 0. So, here one can find a periodic response and it belongs to the center, and already we have discussed about this bifurcation, that is static continuous and discontinuous bifurcation, static and dynamic. So, in case of discontinuous, these may be dangerous and explosive, and we have completed the static bifurcation points. So, which are divided into saddle node bifurcation point, pitchfork or symmetry breaking bifurcation point and transcritical bifurcation point. So, today we are going to discuss more on this dynamic or Hopf bifurcation point. So, before that let us review these saddle node, pitchfork and transcritical, which are static bifurcation point. So, already we know the normal form or generic form of the saddle node bifurcation point can be written in this form mu minus alpha x square, or so mu. So, in case of the saddle node bifurcation point, this is mu minus x square. So, if one plot by putting this x dot equal to 0. So, one can obtain this x equal to plus minus root over mu. So, for mu negative value of mu it has no solution, and for positive value of mu it has two solutions and they are plus minus. So, x will be equal to plus minus root over mu, and if one find the eigenvalue in this case. So, eigenvalue can be obtained by differentiating this equation, that is, so by differentiating del. So, one can find this df by dx. So, by finding df by dx one can find the eigenvalue. So, by df by dx it becomes minus 2x. So, minus 2x minus lambda equal to 0 or lambda equal to minus 2x. So, eigenvalue becomes minus 2x. So, by substituting this one can obtain. So, this branch is stable and this is unstable branch. Similarly, so this is for a one dimensional case. Similarly, for a two dimensional case one can find. So, these points to be saddle node bifurcation point. So, here also this equation is for A dot and gamma dot. So, in these equations first find the Jacobian matrix. After finding the Jacobian matrix, so one can plot this frequency response curve. After plotting this frequency response curve and finding the eigenvalues of the Jacobian matrix, one can see that at these points the fixed point response, one can obtain the fixed point response and one of the eigenvalue become 0. So, as one of the eigenvalue become 0, so this is a static bifurcation point. So, in the static bifurcation point, to know whether it is saddle node bifurcation point or not, so these are the conditions. So, it has to satisfy, already we know the generic form of this saddle node is mu plus alpha x square. So, when this control parameter alpha is varied in x versus alpha state plane, a saddle node bifurcation will occur if this control parameter, that is x 0 mu becomes 0, or so let the control parameter is mu. One can take alpha also as the control parameter. So, if one take mu as the control parameter, then this f x 0 mu control parameter, so it should become 0. That means, this x dot becomes 0 at that point. Also, the Jacobian matrix has a 0 eigenvalue, while all of its other eigenvalues have non-zero real parts at the bifurcation point, and this f mu does not belong to the range. So, one has to note this point. So, f mu does not belongs to the range of matrix dxf. So, in case of saddle node bifurcation point, f mu does not belongs to the range of dxf, while in case of other two type of bifurcation points, other two type of static bifurcation point, it should belongs to the range of dxf. So, in this case, so by constructing a matrix dxf f mu, so by finding this rank of that matrix, it should be n. So, in case of other bifurcation, it will be n minus 1. So, in the state control space, all the branches of the fixed point that meet at the saddle node bifurcation point have the same tangent. So, now in case of the pitchfork bifurcation point, so the generic form is x dot equal to mu x plus alpha x q. So, in this case, by putting this x dot equal to 0, for example, by putting, so taking this x dot equal to mu x plus alpha x q. Now, by putting x dot equal to 0, one obtain this mu by taking this x common. So, this equation becomes mu plus alpha x square. So, this is equal to 0. So, it has two solutions. One solution is x equal to 0. This is the trivial solution, and the other one this is mu plus alpha x square equal to 0, or x becomes minus mu by alpha root over. So, by taking different value of alpha and mu, so one can have the response in x mu plot or x alpha plot. By taking alpha equal to, so let us take alpha equal to minus 1. So, by taking alpha equal to minus 1, then x becomes, so this x, one can get this x equal to plus minus root over minus mu by alpha by taking alpha equal to minus 1. So, this becomes x equal to plus minus root mu. So, for negative value of mu, the solution becomes the solution for negative value of mu. So, the root over, so one has two solutions. So, from the solution one can plot. So, let us see this thing. So, by taking alpha equal to minus 1. So, x becomes plus minus root over. So, this is minus 1. So, this becomes mu. So, now by plotting this, one can obtain the response of the system. So, the response of the systems one can obtain can be like this. So, this is the trivial state, and for the non-trivial state, that is up to for negative value of mu. So, this becomes imaginary. So, this is not the practical solution, and for positive value of mu one has two solutions. So, for two solutions one can plot plus minus mu, plus minus root over mu. So, this point, that is x mu corresponding to 0, is a bifurcation point, because there is change in the number of solutions and also there is a change in stability of the system. So, for mu, for the trivial state, one can obtain that this part is stable and this part is unstable, because the eigenvalue of the Jacobian matrix so becomes negative for this part and becomes positive for this one, and similarly for these two, that is the non-trivial state, the eigenvalue becomes negative. So, as the eigenvalue becomes negative, this is stable. So, these two are stable. So, in this case one can observe that by increasing the value of mu, so one obtain the response. So, where the response up to 0, that is the trivial state, is stable. So, from the stable state one achieve another stable non-trivial state. So, from the stable trivial state one obtain non-trivial stable state and a trivial unstable state. So, in this case, so this forward bifurcation, so this is known as supercritical pitchfork bifurcation. So, this is supercritical. So, this bifurcation point is supercritical, because from the stable branch we are getting unstable, from the stable trivial solution we are getting a stable non-trivial solution. But in this case, if we take this mu x equal to minus alpha x q and plot this response, so we can observe that this part, that is the trivial state, is stable, but after this the trivial state is unstable, and here the non-trivial branch becomes unstable. So, in this case so if one increase this mu value, so at mu equal to 0, by further increasing this value of mu, so as the system is unstable, so practically there is the system response will disappear after mu equal to 0, or the system will have a unstable response. So, due to the presence of this unstable response, the system may suffer a catastrophic failure. So, here the bifurcation is known as subcritical bifurcation. So, the subcritical bifurcation is a dangerous bifurcation or a catastrophic bifurcation. So, the supercritical bifurcation, so this is, so in case of supercritical, from a stable it has gone to a stable, but in case of subcritical, after the stable branch, as there is no presence of stable branch, the system will land to a catastrophic failure. The system response may grow and the system may becomes unstable. So, always it is advisable to avoid the supercritical bifurcation, or it is advisable to operate the system at a control parameter where the system becomes stable. So, in this case one can operate the system up to a value of mu equal to 0 or value of mu from in this negative range, and one should not operate the system at a value for mu greater than 0. But in the previous case, so as we have a supercritical pitchfork bifurcation. So, from the stable branch we are going to a stable branch. So, there is no problem, but the system will be vibrating with a non-trivial value, non-trivial response. So, from the trivial response it is having a non-trivial response. And so, we observe that in case of a bifurcation point, either the stability of the response changes or the number of bifurcation point changes. So, let us already we have so this is the one dimensional case, one dimensional generic case we have studied. Similarly, for a two dimensional case one can, so this is the example of a two dimensional case. So, in this two dimensional case one can observe this subcritical and supercritical pitchfork bifurcation. Here one can find the Jacobian matrix by perturbing these two equations. So, after perturbing these two equations, one can obtain the Jacobian matrix and find the eigenvalue of the Jacobian matrix. So, if the eigenvalues, if one of the eigenvalue by changing this control parameter, in this case the control parameter is omega bar. So, by changing this control parameter, so one can observe that from up to 1.8 the trivial state is stable. So, after that the trivial state is unstable, and here also we have one non-trivial state which is unstable, and at 2.2 the trivial state becomes again stable, and we have also another branch of non-trivial state which is stable. So, due to the presence of this stable non-trivial and stable trivial branch, so this bifurcation point is the supercritical pitchfork bifurcation point, and at this point, so the pitch at this point as we have a non-trivial, as we have a trivial unstable bifurcation on trivial unstable fixed point response, then this bifurcation point is subcritical pitchfork bifurcation. So, by increasing this omega bar here, so from 1.6 to 1.8, the system has a bistable region, because so in this range, so it has two solution. So, this is a bistable region. So, in this bistable region, either the response may be trivial or the non-trivial depending on the initial conditions. So, in this range one has to plot the basin of attraction to know for what initial condition which response of the system will exist. So, one has to plot this basin of attraction. So, in case of the basin of attraction one can find whether for what initial conditions one will have a trivial state, and for what initial condition one will have the non-trivial state. And similarly, from 1.8 to 1.2.2, so we have only the non-trivial state. So, by increasing the frequency from 1.6 to 1.8, if initially the response is trivial, then at 1.8 with slight increase in this frequency, so there will be a jump up phenomena, and the system response will jump from this trivial state to this non-trivial state, and it will follow with further increase, it will follow this path. So, it will follow this path, and it will at 2.2 at omega bar equal to 2.2, again the response becomes trivial. That means, the non-trivial amplitude will go on decreasing, and at omega bar equal to 2.2 it becomes the trivial response, and further increase in omega bar. So, the trivial response will exist. So, now by sweeping down the frequency, so sweeping down the frequency led from 2.4. So, we have trivial state at 2.2 it becomes non-trivial, and it will continues to grow, the response will continues to grow, and it will follow this non-trivial response. So, in this way we have studied the pitchfork bifurcation, where we can have a jump up, or sometimes we may have this jump down phenomena also, and we know about the subcritical and supercritical pitchfork bifurcation. Similarly, we have previously studied this transcritical bifurcation point, where before bifurcation we have a stable and unstable branch, and after the bifurcation it becomes the stable branch become unstable and unstable branch become stable. That means, they have interchanged their stability. though the number of branches remain same, here the change in the stability occur in the system. So, due to the change in stability of the system, so this is known as transcritical bifurcation point. So, let us see one more example. So, where x dot equal to mu minus x to the power 5. So, here for equilibrium point, so we can put this x dot equal to 0. So, as x dot equal to 0, so we have mu minus x to the power 5 equal to 0, or x becomes, so x to the power 5 become mu. So, this x becomes mu to the power 1 by 5. So, x as x equal to mu to the power 1 by 5 for the, so in x mu control space. So, if you want plot this x mu control space, that is x versus mu. So, at mu equal to 0, that means at point 0 0 x equal to 0 and mu equal to 0, or mu equal to 0 and x equal to 0. So, one can have this field variable, that is mu. So, f x mu equal to 0. So, and one can find the eigenvalue. So, to find this eigenvalue, our Jacobian matrix A equal to, by differentiating this thing, one can write this is equal to minus 5 x to the power 4. So, by substituting x equal to mu to the power 1 by 4. So, one can write this A equal to minus 5 mu to the power 4 by 5. So, at x mu equal to 0, this eigenvalue also becomes 0. So, that means this x equal to 0 and mu equal to 0. So, one has a 0 eigenvalue. So, it should have been a static bifurcation point, but if one see this response, so one can observe that neither there is change in stability nor there is change in the number of branches in the system. So, this point, this 0 0 point, though it is a hyperbolic, so this is a hyperbolic point. So, this point is not a bifurcation point, as there is no change in stability or there is no change in number of solutions of the system. So, this is all about the static bifurcation point, and let us now discuss about the dynamic bifurcation point or the Hopf bifurcation point. So, in case of the Hopf bifurcation point or dynamic bifurcation point, so one can observe that, so these are the conditions. So, if we let us have a system x dot equal to, same system x dot equal to f x alpha. So, in this case alpha is the control parameter. So, for the dynamic bifurcation point, first we should have this x 0 alpha c equal to 0. So, that means it has to follow this same as that in case of the static bifurcation, but in this case the difference is that the Jacobian matrix has a pair of purely imaginary eigenvalue. So, instead of having 0 eigenvalue, so in this case the Jacobian matrix has a pair of purely imaginary eigenvalue, while all of its other eigenvalues have non-zero real parts at the bifurcation point. Let alpha c become the bifurcation point. So, if we plot, if one plots all the eigenvalues, real part and imaginary part of the eigenvalue. So, let this is real part and this is imaginary part of the eigenvalue. So, at the critical point, so one can see that a pair of complex conjugate eigenvalue will cross the imaginary axis at this point. So, non-zero, so it will have a non-zero real part, non-zero imaginary part. So, the real part becomes 0, the real part of one of the eigenvalue becomes 0, and so one has a pair of imaginary roots. So, in case of the Hopf bifurcation, due to the presence of this imaginary root, so the system response becomes oscillatory, and so one can obtain a periodic response at this bifurcation point. So, from the stable or from this fixed point response, one can obtain a periodic response at this bifurcation point. So, at this bifurcation point, the periodic response which is generated may be stable or unstable. So, in case of Hopf bifurcation point, so the fixed point response becomes unstable, but it generate a periodic response due to the presence of this imaginary part of the eigenvalue. Let us take the example, one example. So, in this case, let us take the generic form of the Hopf bifurcation. So, the generic form, the normal form or the generic form of Hopf bifurcation can be given by this equation, that is x dot equal to mu x minus omega y plus alpha x minus beta y into x square plus y square, and y dot equal to mu omega x plus mu y plus beta x plus alpha y into x square plus y square. Let us take this example and check. So, what will happen to the response of the system, and so in this case x dot equal to mu x minus omega y plus alpha x minus beta y into x square plus y square, and y dot equal to omega x plus mu y plus beta x plus alpha y into x square plus y square. So, for the equilibrium position, our x dot and y dot will becomes 0. So, in this case we can find the Jacobian matrix. So, Jacobian matrix can be obtained by differentiating or perturbing these two equations, and or by finding the first derivative of these two equations. By finding the first derivative of this equation, that means first differentiating this equation with respect to x, one can write this is mu plus 3 alpha x square plus alpha y square minus beta y x, and by differentiating this with respect to y. So, one can write this becomes minus omega plus 2 alpha x y minus 3 beta y square, and this equation becomes omega plus 3 beta x square plus beta y square mu plus 2 beta x y plus alpha x square plus 3 alpha y square. So, by putting this x dot equal to 0 and y dot equal to 0, one can observe that this x and y when 0 0. So, this is a equilibrium point. So, the equilibrium point becomes x equal to 0 and y equal to 0, because when x dot equal to 0, by putting this x dot x equal to 0 and y dot equal to 0. So, these satisfy this equation, also these satisfy second equation. So, 0 0 is a equilibrium point. So, at this equilibrium point, this Jacobian matrix will reduce to, so this becomes mu and this becomes minus omega, and this becomes omega and this becomes mu. So, now one has to find this eigenvalue. So, for finding this eigenvalue, one can write this lambda mu minus lambda, then omega into mu minus lambda. By taking the determinant of this A minus lambda I or J minus lambda I matrix, one can find. So, one can find this mu minus lambda into mu minus lambda plus omega square equal to 0, or mu square plus lambda square minus 2 mu lambda plus omega square equal to 0. So, this equation, to solve these equations, or I can write this equation lambda square plus, so lambda square minus 2 mu lambda plus mu square plus omega square, so equal to 0. So, from this I can find two value of lambda. So, they will be, so lambda 1 will be equal to mu plus I omega, and lambda 2 becomes mu minus I omega. So, in this case one can observe by changing this control parameter mu. So, for mu equal to 0, this lambda 1 and lambda 2 will have real part equal to 0, but it will retain the imaginary part. So, the system will vibrate with a frequency of omega at that point. So, this lambda 1 becomes mu plus. So, from this to visualize these things, we can write these two equation, or by plotting this equation one can see by plotting this equation in x, y and mu plane. So, at this point, so one obtain a periodic response, and at this point one obtain. So, for a different value of mu, so one can observe this thing. So, let us see. So, now let us write this equation in polar form. So, instead of writing this in Cartesian form, so we can write in this polar form. So, let us put x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta. So, by putting x equal to r cos theta and y equal to r sin theta, so this equation x dot and y dot equation will reduce to this form. So, r dot will becomes mu r plus alpha r q, and this theta dot equation reduced to omega plus beta r q. So, in this case for the equilibrium position, so r dot will be equal to 0 and theta dot will be equal to 0. So, by substituting r dot equal to 0, so we have this equation. So, if I will take r common, then r into mu plus alpha r square equal to 0. So, in this case r equal to 0 is the trivial state, and r, so this is r q r square. So, another one is r square equal to minus mu by alpha, or r equal to root over plus minus root over minus mu by alpha. So, this is the non-trivial state and r equal to 0 is the trivial state. So, now by finding the eigenvalue from this, so one can plot. So, one can plot this thing in R mu state space. So, in R mu state space, so this point, that is mu equal to 0. So, this becomes unstable, and at this point one can obtain that. So, the system will have a response with frequency omega. Similarly, so one can see in this case from the stable branch one obtain a non-trivial stable and a trivial unstable branch. So, at this point a periodic response as it emanates from this point. So, this is a Hopf bifurcation point. So, in this case this is a supercritical Hopf bifurcation point, because from the periodic response, so one obtain another periodic response. So, so this periodic response will have, an amplitude of this non-trivial response. So, this will have a amplitude of this and with a frequency of theta dot. So, it will have a frequency of theta dot and with an amplitude of this. So, this critical point, so this critical point at this critical point, so from stable, as it is going to be stable. So, this is known as supercritical Hopf bifurcation point, and for another value of alpha, so one can obtain this from negative, or this is unstable trivial point, one obtain a stable periodic solution. So, in this case it becomes subcritical Hopf bifurcation point. This is also in R mu plane, this is shown, and this is in x y mu plane, it is shown. So, in case of the Hopf bifurcation, we obtain a stable or unstable periodic response from the fixed point response. So, the fixed point response becomes, the trivial fixed point response become unstable, and we will have a stable periodic response in case of the supercritical Hopf bifurcation, and in case of the subcritical Hopf bifurcation point. So, we will have, so from a stable fixed point response at this bifurcation point, we will have a unstable periodic response. So, this is subcritical Hopf bifurcation point. So, in this way, so we know in case of the Hopf bifurcation point, the equilibrium point will become 0. It will have a 0 real part in the eigenvalue, but the imaginary part it will have a imaginary part. So, that non-zero imaginary part, and also the other condition, that is this transversality condition also it has to satisfy. That means, this d lambda by d alpha should not be equal to 0 at alpha equal to alpha c. So, the Jacobian matrix has a pair of purely imaginary eigenvalues. So, in this purely imaginary eigenvalue, so one can see this eigenvalue, this d alpha by d lambda by d alpha, where lambda is the eigenvalue, is not equal to 0. That means, this transversal or non-zero speed crossing of the imaginary axis, that curve we have seen. So, here, so it crosses the imaginary axis at a non-zero speed. So, in case of the Hopf bifurcation, so as from the fixed point response we are getting a periodic response, that is why this is known as dynamic bifurcation. So, let us take some other examples. So, in this case already we have seen, so this is a base excited system. So, in this base excited system, so this equation base excited cantilever beam, the equation motion of the system can be written in this form. So, here u is the time modulation of the system, zeta is the damping, epsilon is the bookkeeping parameter, omega n is the natural frequency of the system or the modal frequency of the system, and here these are the forcing parameter, and phi is the frequency, non-dimensional frequency with which the base is excited. And so, these are the non-linear terms. So, in this case, this u k into u l into u m, this k l m will represent the modal interaction of the system. So, k l m represent the modes, different modes. So, this term, this first term is known as the geometric nonlinear term, and the last two terms. So, where this u dot and u, so this is u k into u l dot and u m dot, and similarly u k into u l into u m double dot. So, as acceleration terms present in this case, product of two velocity term is acceleration, also this is u double dot, this is acceleration terms. So, these last two terms are inertia nonlinearity. So, in this case one can observe a geometric and another two inertia nonlinear terms. So, while solving this equation, so by applying this method of multiple scale, so here one can study the system for either 2 mode or 3 mode interaction. So, when the system is studied for this 2 mode interaction, that is by taking this external frequency nearly equal to twice the first mode frequency, and also the second mode frequency nearly equal to thrice the first mode frequency. So, the second condition is for internal resonance, and this first condition gives the condition for the external resonance. That means, when the external excitation is nearly twice that of the natural frequency, first mode natural frequency of the system, and when the second mode frequency is nearly thrice the first mode frequency of the system. So, one can study the system for different resonance conditions. So, if one study this case for this principal parametric resonance condition, so one can obtain a set of 4 differential equations. So, previously we have considered only single and 2. So, in this case one can obtain these 4 differential equations. So, from these 4 differential equations, so by substituting this time derivative term equal to 0, that means a 1 dash gamma 1 dash, a 2 dash gamma 2 dash. So, where a 1 and a 2 represent the amplitude of the amplitude and phase for the first mode. Similarly, a 2 and gamma 2 represent the amplitude and phase for the second mode. By substituting these time derivative terms to 0, so one can find the equilibrium points. So, in this case one can obtain 4 algebraic and transcendal differential transcendal equations. So, to solve these equations one can use this numerical method. So, here by using this Newton's method the response has been obtained, and in this case by using Newton's method this A1 and A2 versus phi has been plotted. So each point on these curves represent a equilibrium position, and the solid line represent the stable state and the dotted line represent the unstable state of the system. So, now one can observe in this case, or one can study the stability of the case in similar to the previous way by finding the eigenvalue of the Jacobian matrix, but in this case the size of the Jacobian matrix becomes more, that is it is 4:4, and so one can obtain 4 eigenvalues of this system. So, now by checking these eigenvalues for each equilibrium point, so one can find whether that equilibrium point is stable or unstable. So, in this control space, that is A1, A2 and phi. So, by checking each equilibrium point and studying its stability, so one know whether the system is stable or unstable, and by varying this control parameter one can find the bifurcation points. So, in these cases one can see that these bifurcation points, so this is a pitchfork bifurcation point. So, this is supercritical pitchfork bifurcation point, as from a trivial stable trivial response we are getting a trivial stable non-trivial response. Similarly, one can at this point one can observe a saddle node bifurcation point, and at this point one can observe a Hopf bifurcation point. So, this point correspond to a Hopf bifurcation point. So, this point correspond to a saddle node bifurcation point, and so this is a pitchfork bifurcation point. So, at these points if one further investigate, so one can find the generation of a periodic response at this Hopf bifurcation point. So, in this way one can study the stability of higher order systems to find whether the response is stable or not, and while plotting this curve. So, one can use this Newton's method to solve a set of nonlinear equation. The solving the set of nonlinear equation to get this multi-branch response curve is not easy. So, here one can follow different methods, one can follow these, one can follow the different methods to find these branches. So, one such method is by taking a set of initial conditions in this Newton's method and obtaining different roots. Okay. So, here for the same case for a different, so at this point it has been shown in this trivial state there are different. So, there is alternate stable and unstable bifurcation points. So, from this bifurcation point one can observe the existence or observe the origin of the non-trivial states. So, from the trivial bifurcation points one can observe the origin of the non-trivial bifurcation points. So, in this way one can find the frequency response. Also one can plot the force response of the system, as the system is excited by a force z equal to z0 cos omega t, and in non-dimensional form this omega is written in terms of phi. So, this z0 term, this is the amplitude. So, by changing this control parameter, that is the amplitude of the response. So, one can plot the force response of the system. So, in this force response of the system one can observe. So, this point is a saddle node bifurcation point, and this point is a Hopf bifurcation point. So, this is a Hopf bifurcation point, and this point is a saddle node. So, this point is also a saddle node bifurcation point. So, at these, so to find whether it is saddle node or Hopf, so one can plot the variation of the eigenvalue with this control parameter, and by plotting this variation of this eigenvalue with the control parameter for this particular branch, one can observe up to what point it is stable and where it becomes unstable. So, for further study of this Hopf bifurcation, so one can study these papers by Gao, Wang and Wang, Hopf bifurcation of a nonlinear delayed system of machine tool vibration via pseudo oscillator analysis. So, this is published in Nonlinear Analysis Real World Application, volume 8, issue 5, December 2007, page 1561 to 68. Also, one can take this system by Luo, G.W. Luo, Hopf Pfliff bifurcation of vibratory system with impacts. So, this is published in Nonlinear Analysis Real World Application, volume 7, issue 5. So, this is December 2006, page 1029 to 1041. So, in this system, so this is two mass system. So, this is spring and damper system, and these two mass are subjected to a force. The first mass is subjected to a force P 1 sin omega t plus tau, and this is the second mass is subjected to a force P 2 sin omega t plus tau. So, the displacement of the first one is x 1 and the displacement of the second one is x 2, and there is, so one can observe. So, after sometimes the steady state will one can observe the Hopf or Pfliff bifurcation in the system due to this impact of the system. So, one may also study this paper by Liu and Hu, group delay induced instabilities and Hopf bifurcation of a controlled double pendulum. So, in this case the double pendulum is subjected, or this double pendulum is mounted on this cart which is subjected to a force, and one can write the equation in terms of theta 1 and theta 2, and by solving this equation one can observe this Hopf or Hopf type of bifurcation in this case. Similarly, one can study the turning process, so which is a regenerative chatter occur in this case. So, this paper by Ji, Zhang and Hao, Hopf bifurcation for delay differential equation with application to machine tool chatter, which is published in Applied Mathematical Modeling in 2012. So, one can further study these papers to know more about this Hopf bifurcation. So, let us take some exercise problem. So, in this exercise problems, first find the equilibrium points, and study the stability of the following systems. So, let us take this simple example x double dot minus x equal to 0. So, in case of this case x double dot plus 3 x dot plus x equal to 0, then x double dot plus x dot plus x equal to 0. So, in this case also x double dot, these are the simple equations one can take. So, in this case x double dot plus x minus 0.1 x cube equal to 0. So, these systems almost we have studied, and one can first find the equilibrium position. So, now these are written in terms of second order differential equation. First you convert this thing to a set of first order differential equation, and so in the first case you can observe that at x equal to 0 and x dot equal to 0 you have a saddle node bifurcation, and so you can, so for this case also at x equal to x dot equal to 0. So, you can have a stable node. So, you can have a stable focus in this case at x equal to x dot equal to 0, and in this case you can have a center So, you can have a center in this case, and in this case. So, you can plot the trajectory, find the equilibrium points, study the stability, and also you plot the trajectory of the system in this case. So, also you can plot, also you can study this forward bifurcation, and you plot this forward bifurcation and backward bifurcation for different system parameters which can be written in this first order mu minus x square, x dot equal to mu x minus x square, x dot equal to mu x minus x cube. Similarly, this side in case of backward, x dot mu plus x square, x dot equal to mu x plus x square, and x dot equal to mu x plus x cube. Also, you just plot this case x dot. So already we know that these are different generic case for saddle node, pitchfork, and transcritical bifurcations. Also, you just plot this case, that is x dot equal to mu x plus x cube minus x to the power 5, and x dot equal to mu x plus x to the power 5. Also, another example you can take, that is for the simple pendulum. So, the equation is x double dot plus g by L into sin x equal to 0. So, in this case you can expand the sin x term and you can plot the response of the system. So, with this we complete the stability and bifurcation of fixed point response. So, next class we are going to study about the periodic response and its stability. Thank you.